morning. I'm in the equivalent of our Stonehenge here in the coast of Maine. It's the amphitheater of the library. It's about 6 a.m. The light and everything is gorgeous here. The solstice has recently come and gone, but I wanted to share some of my thoughts about that. This is my image of the solstice, which was just a bit ago. But I think that what's happening, at least as I'm thinking about it, is what's coming to fruition now is actually, if I can get it to come up, here we go, started back in the winter solstice. I think things that started 6 months ago are starting to come to fruition here, at least for me, and I'm going to share some of that in just a little bit. The most recent solstice, the Stonehenge had about 8,000 people come. There's a link in this blog to see the actual live celebration of that. Oh, you'll pick up some noise in the background because I'm outside. Motorcycles going by and such. So check out the link if you want to see what's going on there. They've had a celebration there for a long time. And in a couple of places in Ireland and Iceland, what happens on the solstice, which is pretty amazing, apparently it's on the coast, is the sun comes down, just brushes the ocean, and then starts to go back up again. Now, if I was 1,000 years ago, I would think, oh my gosh, the world has stood still. So I can see why the solstices have always had such an incredible impact on cultures. And in many cultures, we have worshipped the sun historically, the sun god Ra, as an example, in Egypt. And of course, the solstice at Stonehenge, where when the sun comes through, it actually, when it comes through on sunrise, it actually lands right on the altar stone, dead center on the altar stone. And what's the likelihood of that? And we still don't know what Stonehenge is really all about. So some of the cultural things that go on with the solstice, people wrap their heads in wreaths of flowers and garlands, and that was supposedly to ward off evil spirits, even back then. And they still do that at Stonehenge even today. You might see some of that in the video. But I think because the seeds are planted back in the winter, that now things are sort of coming to fruition. And I'm wondering if that's true for any of you out there. I certainly know it is for me. When I look back, I look at the kinds of things that got launched and what's happening now. I have a lot of things going on, and when I looked back 6 months, I'm like, wow, this really sort of all started in the winter. I've got a couple of ebooks in the works that are going to be coming out in the fall. I'll probably have a series of about 4. I'm in an intensive 4-month program with Launch Academy to do online programming. It's a very intense program, but I think the quality of the programs I'll be able to bring online are going to be pretty incredible, and I've got a number of them in the works for either late 2018 or early 2019. And I've got a couple of new services you might want to check out. I'm now doing readings for babies that I call Baby Grams. And I'm also doing shorter readings for people dealing with very specific things. But a new service that I want you to check out is you can get your astrological birth chart now through my website. There's a link in this blog. You can take a look at that. A lot of people don't know where to get it, and I know from way back when I started into astrology, the websites that were available, they were super confusing, and I didn't know what the choices were. I certainly do now. So I've made it easy for people. There's one choice in terms of the house system and things like that. So what I'm also offering with this is the first person who goes to the website and asks for a chart, and I'm doing these personally, they're not automated, is going to get a free 30-minute reading with me. And that's just sort of a perk I wanted to give. So if any of you are finding that things that started 6 months ago are coming to fruition now, I'd love to hear about them. Drop me a line and let me know. And check out the new things on my website. Thanks.